Hi everyone. Today is the 19th of January. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday. Virtual Arkansas is on a holiday today, so I will not be meeting with you in a normal live class setting, but rather I have this recording available. Feel free to ask any questions via email after this, after watching this recording, if you have any questions about anything. Otherwise, we will be meeting again on Thursday during our regular live class session. But today I do want to talk a little bit about this week's work. If you're in session Monday, you're watching this on Monday. If you missed Monday, if you also had a holiday, then hopefully you're watching this session on Tuesday to get an idea of what you need to do for the remainder of the week. So this week there's only really one lesson that we're going to do for the week 3 of chemistry. Let me just kind of get to this real quick, and that is 505. And in Module 505, the objectives are you will be comparing and contrasting mixtures and pure solutions. This is a really easy read type lesson. It's not like that 504 where you saw all the calculations. It kind of goes back to the basic things. We've been talking about elements and compounds. Now we're going to move it up a notch and just look at mixtures. What's the difference between mixtures and pure solutions? What's the difference between a mixture and a compound? So you'll look at that in 505. You'll also define and describe the components and properties of solutions. What is a solution? How does it differ from the mixtures? So you'll look at those two main concepts in 505. Like I said, it's an easy read. There's really no calculations that you do in this, but rather it's just a reading, taking the notes type lesson. The assignment for 505 is what you're going to spend. You think, you could probably read through this lesson in one class. And so I'm kind of setting that aside for Tuesday. And you think, why is she giving me the entire week to do this? Well, the assessment is why. The assessment for 505 is something that we have not done before. And it's actually going to be a hands-on lab. You're going to be doing a lab. You can do this at school. You can do this at home, either, really anywhere you can do this lab. And, I would probably recommend doing this one at home. Because you are using some basic supplies that you find in your kitchen cabinets to do this lab. First thing you need to do is choose one of the two. You actually have two opportunities. You can do a candy chromatography lab, or you can do an ink chromatography lab. The setup, the procedures, basically the same. The only difference is the materials. And one of them you're going to use candy, and one of them you're going to use different markers. So, you choose which one you want to do. Just kind of read through both of them and decide which one you want to do. You do not have to do both of them. So choose the lab that you want to do. The candy chromatography is using kind of basic supplies. Like I said, you'll use candy like Skittles or M&M's, some type of color-coded candy that, when you soak it in water, that color is going to fade off of that candy and into your water. That's the thing you want. You're going to use alcohol. You're going to use rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, something like that. You probably have that in your cupboard. You'll need to use coffee filters. So hopefully you can get your hands on some coffee filters. A glass, a pencil, a ruler, tape, foil. The rest of it's pretty basic supplies. And, you'll read through the procedure. It's easy to follow. It gives you some diagrams of what you're supposed to do. Now, that's on the candy chromatography. The next one on the pen or the marker chromatography, it's, again, basically the same setup. But I don't have that one there. It's basically the same setup except you're using markers instead of the candy. So, the procedure is the same. Now, here's what you're going to do. You're going to do a formal lab report. This is your first formal lab report. Most of the labs we've done thus far have given you a lab report, and you just get to fill in numbers and maybe do some graphing and things like that. This one, you're actually going to write your own lab report. Now, I'm not going to ask you to reinvent the wheel. For the procedure, it says to include a step-by-step procedure. Well, we had that over here. We have a step-by-step procedure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, you've got a procedure. Just copy and paste that into your lab report. Don't redo that. That won't be necessary. Okay? As far as materials, copy and paste that. Purpose, copy and paste that. You know, a lot of this you can get from what's given in the lab. But really where you're going to focus in on what you have to do, what you're coming up with, is in that data observation, discussion, and conclusion. So that's where you're going to get your hand at writing your own lab report. So this is a link on the activity page. All of this is found on the activity page of 505. There's both of the labs, the Candy Lab and the pen lab, the marker lab, are links on the activity page. And there's also a link where you can find this outline, and I think it's titled, the link is titled Outline, to pull up an outline for a lab report, what a formal lab report needs in it. So that's what you're going to be submitting for your assessment in 505. This lab report, this formal lab report that summarizes what you did either in the Candy chromatography or the pen chromatography. And when I'm talking about chromatography, that's used to separate. Chromatography is used to separate substances. Actually, before I taught, I worked in a biotech lab, and every day I did chromatography. We actually separated and purified autoantigens to be used in test kits to test for autoimmune diseases. So we had humongous chromatography columns that we used in that lab, but it's just used to separate. It's used to separate substances. So just kind of wrapping everything up for today. All this week you're working on 505. You'll be reading the lesson, taking notes on that, and then you'll be assessing that lesson by doing that lab. One of the two labs. You'll either do Candy chromatography or that ink chromatography where you use the different kind of markers. One of those markers would have to be a permanent marker. The rest will not be permanent markers. So that's pretty much what we're doing this week for chemistry in week 3. If you have any questions, again, feel free to email me. I will not be at my computer on Monday because we do have a holiday, so don't expect to get any feedback on Monday, but I will return your emails on Tuesday. If you have any immediate questions, feel free to call me. 870-448-5624 is my number if you need to contact me on Tuesday or any other day this week. So you guys have a great week, and we will talk more about this lab in Thursday's session. We'll actually look at those lab reports, and I'll be there to answer any questions that you might have. So thank you guys for listening. Have a great week.